Rahim here with Chisora in Jeddah. I made the social media and everything. Here we go.
The last time we were here, we were in where?
We were in Riyadh.
Riyadh, yeah. We went to your boy's steak joint.
Yeah, smoking beers.
Smoking beers.
Delicious. I was hoping they'd fly some in barbecue. It's like the best barbecue in the world. This man ate like 3 plates of it. And here we are in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia again for Joshua, again for a rematch, again for him to try to reclaim those titles again. So the first question, of course, is can Joshua do it again?
Yes.
How?
Yes, I'm not going to do that, bro. Knock him out. This fight is like policeman, cops versus robbers.
Well, who's the cops and who's the robbers?
Josh, he's a cop. He's a policeman. He has to go get his belts from the robbers. Yeah, so you have to look at it. Usyk is going to come in boxing, try and outbox Joshua and win it on points again. And Joshua has to knock him out. Or is it in America, he has to put
You've been in America too long. You got dog pound on your chest, you know.
I'm joking. No, I'm sorry. You're going to take that out.
It's a sensitive issue.
You're going to take that one out. Sorry.
In a serious tone, though, obviously you're not saying rob like Usyk robbed Joshua the titles.
No, I'm just saying Usyk is a great boxer, and AJ has to come with what got him at the top, and that is not to do that.
Well, as we know, he's employed Robert Garcia in his camp as his trainer. There is something to be said for a bigger guy walking down a smaller guy and just beating him up without employing a bunch of fancy tactics or trying to outbox him. Do you believe that that's what Robert Garcia brings to the table? If not, what is the strategy change that's necessary for Joshua?
I think what Robert Garcia has brought to AJ was put everything together. Don't just do one. Just do different combinations of stuff, basically. And by doing that, you knock a guy out.
Now, you have been a fighter who has at times been counted out by the press, by the fans. Oh, your Del Boy's done, this and that and the other. And you've risen to the occasion, gotten yourself knockouts, gotten yourself wins that people didn't think you could get. How much of it is mental when it comes to this stage at this level of competition?
Hey, listen, first of all, you have to be crazy up here like myself. You know, people say there's only like 1 or 2 fighters like myself in the head. That's me, Tyson Fury. And because we don't really care what the public think, basically. We don't care what we wear, we don't care what we drive. We just love the game of fighting. So if you put your mental into the game of fighting, it becomes easier, win or lose or bad decisions. You can just bounce back.
We know that Usyk has secured the broadcast rights for his people of Ukraine. Obviously, he participated in the war effort. Do you believe that that kind of determination would help him in the ring on the night, or could it be a distraction putting that much pressure on himself and having a war going on in his home country?
Listen, I say this to AJ before, listen, this guy's going through a lot, yeah? I mean, when I say a lot, you know, where he grew up, there's been bombs, you know, there's people killing his people, you know, there's countries at the bottom of the food chain, and all he sees to bring happiness to his country is to knock you out. And that is it, you know. AJ is gonna have to put so much power in one shot to knock this guy out so he don't get up. Because if he does get up, we got very, very, very good fight going on. But this guy is coming, and AJ is coming too. You know, it's all about who wants it more will get the knockout.
You knowing AJ so well, you guys being good friends, internally, what is the spark that is lighting his fire. We know what Usyk's coming to do. What keeps AJ burning and needing a victory after having so much success, having so much money? He's reclaimed the titles again. How does he not get comfortable just doing enough and not have that burning fire to win when the war comes down to it?
I think the fire is there now, because you know what? He hasn't been home for about 4 months, you know. He hasn't seen his family or his kid. So the fire is there. He's taking himself to the other side, deep side. So, you know, he knows what he has to do. He knows what he has to do. You know, after the first fight, he went home, he watched 2 rounds, and he goes, this is not me. You know, he tried to do what worked on, what's his name, the Mexican kid, but he could not work on Ruiz. Could not work on this guy, because this guy is the muscle of this game. So now, AJ's going back to the drawing board, coming back with his power shots.
And lastly, let me ask you about another huge fight coming up in just a month's time. Triple G gets a 3rd shot at Canelo. Some people believe he's won at least one of the 2 fights, if not both. Before he gets started, what did you think of the first 2 fights, Triple G, Canelo? Was Canelo the victor or Triple G?
I thought it was a draw. You know, first one went to Canelo, yeah? And then the second one they gave it to Canelo, but I thought Triple G won the second one.
Or maybe you had them flipped. The first one was a draw. A lot of people had Triple G, and then the second one went to Canelo.
No, I had Triple G winning the second one.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. I don't know what fight I was watching. Mine be high, maybe. I don't know.
No, it was a firefight. It was a fight in the middle of the ring, the kind of fight you like.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, you never know. You know, I tell you what, boxing has to change. The problem is we're getting these old guys, yeah, scoring their scorecards, yeah. That is the problem we're having. You know, you got these young guys, you know, going through hell, training, you know, doing everything else, and then suddenly you get a guy who's 65 years old, yeah, who sits on the side of the ring, yeah. He don't even want to be there. All he's thinking about his sofa, his house, drinking coffee. He don't want to be there, and he's scoring these big, massive fights, yeah, which some of them are worth millions for some other for other people. That has to change. You know, we need young guys now to start scoring these fights the right way. You know, because on my last fight, I got given 12 a bad scoring card by the first ref, by the first judge. But I was like, you know what, I've seen it before. You know, I've won so many fights which they gave into the other guys because they were not watching the fight. You know, but it is what it is. But things have to change in the boxing game.
Well, speaking of age, not just the judges get older, the fighters get older. And Triple G entering this fight at the age of 40, and for the 3rd time, most people, not everybody, but most people are writing him off. They think Canelo's too good, Triple G's too old. People have said you've been too old and you've won. Is age as big a factor in this fight as people think? And what does Triple G have to call on to beat Canelo finally on the cards or in the record books?
You know, Canelo's last fight was not great. That put a bit of damage on him, you know that. He put on so much weight, he could not handle it. He went vegan apparently. Did he go vegan?
Yeah.
What the hell was he doing? Last time he was eating Mexican beef with drugs in it. And then suddenly now he's gone vegan. What the hell? Compadre, hey, amigo, what are you doing? You know,
is that giving advantage to Triple G?
Yeah, because now Triple G's gonna be like, you know what? Listen, Triple G's gonna come. I guarantee you, someone's getting knocked out. I'll be in Vegas for that.
I'll be in Vegas too. We'll talk about it then.
100%, brother.
Radio Rahim with Del Boy, War Chisora here in Jeddah for Joshua Usyk 2. Thank you, brother. Always a pleasure. And give us a sign off. Give us one of those War Chisoras.
War. Pain, war, baby. No mercy, man.
No mercy.
All right.